This is ABC 7 News at 6.
We continue to see changes in operations with Northern Light Health. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Come this spring, Northern Light Inland Hospital will close. Its senior vice president cited higher operational costs and low reimbursement rates as a few of the reasons for the Waterville Hospital's sudden shuttering. Our Doug Banks has the details.
Northern Light Health has announced Inland Hospital and its associated services and clinics will be closing. In its Thursday announcement, Senior Vice President and Regional President WVII said higher operational costs, unsustainably low reimbursement rates, and a tighter labor market were the reasons for the Waterville Hospital's closure.
This change does not affect Lakewood Continuing Care in Waterville, which will remain open.
According to VNU, approximately 309 employees will be impacted by the hospital's closure.
This decision ensures that Northern Light Health is able to redirect resources to those regions where access to care is more limited and frees up local limited resources for other providers of health services in this region.
This announcement comes less than 2 weeks after the hospital suspended its birthing services. According to officials with the health organization, the hospital and clinics will continue services through May 27th, during which time patients and employees will be transitioned to other facilities, with a formal closure of operations anticipated to be on June 11th. And there are currently no plans to close any other hospitals under Northern Light Health. In Waterville, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, Maine State Police are investigating a homicide in Palmyra. Spokesperson Shannon Moss says the Somerset County Regional Communication Center received a 911 call just after 1:30 Wednesday morning. The caller reported a shooting at 531 Madawaska Road in Palmyra. She says deputies responded and found 28-year-old Jaquan Humphreys of Mattapan, Massachusetts, dead inside. The State Police Major Crimes Unit and evidence technicians conducted an investigation throughout the day. Moss says Humphreys had been living in the home. His body was taken to the medical examiner's office where an autopsy determined his cause of death was a gunshot wound and the manner of death was homicide. Moss says at this time there is no known danger to the public and that investigation remains ongoing. Well, Hamden-based adult care organization Lee Residential Care has been the subject of legal turmoil after several of its former employees were charged with abusing two dependent individuals. Two of those former employees are currently in prison for said abuse. Now a lawsuit has been filed against Lee for allegedly neglecting to protect a man's son from an abusive caregiver. According to court documents, Eric McHugh filed a lawsuit against the care facility this past Monday on behalf of his son, who lived at the Lee Residential Care from 2015 to 2019. The lawsuit claims McHugh's son was subjected to physical, emotional, and sexual abuse at the hands of now former employees, and Lee Residential Care failed to protect his son. Court records cited Zachary Connors was a, quote, ringleader in the violent culture that occurred at Lee. Connors was one of the two former employees who pleaded guilty to endangering the welfare of a dependent person and was later sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Lee Residential Care did not respond to our request for comment, and McHugh's attorney declined to comment. Well, the Maine Senate tried one last time to pass the supplemental budget on Thursday after failing to do so for the past 2 weeks. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard takes a look at how things unfolded.
The Senate will be in order.
After the legislature failed to pass a supplemental budget on Tuesday, Senate President Matty Daughtry called a previously unscheduled session on Thursday to try one last effort to pass the budget. Democrats urged their Republican colleagues to think of their constituents on Maine care and those in the lumber industry that would benefit from preventing a spruce budworm infestation.
And the fact of the matter is that this supplemental budget, there are no new taxes. This requires money from a surplus we already have. It is to pay bills that we have incurred. This supplemental budget should have been a no-brainer for all of us. It should not have been a partisan issue in the first place.
Republicans say while they want to make sure hospitals get paid and our lumber industry is protected, they don't feel Democrats compromised enough.
When it comes to the people of Maine,
They should be allowed to have their voice heard. And it has been taken away in the last 6 years. Now I and several of my colleagues in this chamber are expected to change their vote for a disaster of a budget.
The fact is that the so-called amendment compromise gives the 13 towns in my district nothing. I have nothing to vote for.
Breaking from the party line was Senator Rick Bennett, who was the only Republican to speak in favor of passing the budget.
In the world out there, we have over 400,000 Maine people relying on a sustainable Maine care program for their critical health care needs. At a time of disruption expected from Washington, we don't know what, we don't know when, we don't know how. While under the State House dome, we lurch along from one manufactured fiscal crisis to the next, adding to the havoc.
The supplemental budget failed to get the 2/3 vote required to pass and died between chambers. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, with uncertainty surrounding the official timeline of Camp Hope, Bangor residents are expressing concern. Meanwhile, city officials have declined to comment. Our Alex Schley has more.
Thursday morning, we found Bangor Homeless Response Manager Jenna Jones at Camp Hope, talking to the remaining 13 residents about their exit plan and handing out totes to help them pack. Yet critics say the city of Bangor isn't doing enough.
This is an example of our utter failure as a people and as a government.
Last October, Bangor city officials announced their intent to close the homeless encampment. Since then, Jones, along with advocates from various nonprofits, have been working to help those at Camp Hope find alternative living situations.
Some good has happened here in that more organizations and agencies have been working together. And yes, the city didn't come through with a bulldozer all at once and clear everyone out.
Founder of Penobscot County Cares, Doug Dunbar, says the dismantling of the encampment still wasn't handled as well as it should have been.
It wasn't done in the most humane way possible because we wouldn't have done it in December and January through snowstorms and temperatures below zero.
Critics of the city's efforts say fewer people at Camp Hope doesn't mean the city's actions were successful. It's simply because more people move indoors during the winter.
The natural attrition during the winter from this encampment, where people go and couch surf and stay with friends or family members through the winter, that happened as it usually does. So the strong majority of the people who live here during its peak are not housed anywhere. They're in warming centers and they're couch surfing.
Meanwhile, city officials spoke with our reporters off camera, but say they've been instructed not to speak with the media officially until after a briefing with the city council. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, today, Volunteer Maine celebrated its National and Community Service Day at the State House, a day to honor those who donate their time and effort across our state and country. Volunteer Maine, as well as other service organizations, gathered at the State House to celebrate their service. One volunteer we spoke to has been a part of the AmeriCorps Senior Foster Grandparent Program for 23 years and says volunteering is a great way for her to stay active and connected.
It's very good for my physical health, for my mental health, for my social life. I have connections. I'm not isolated because of this. So it's a really good program for me as well as for kids.
And of course, we thank all volunteers who contribute to our community. Folks, let's go ahead and get a first check now of our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Old Town Redemption, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Let's talk weather. Here we are. Yeah, low temperatures this morning, 20 here in Bangor, 10 Millinocket. And then we did this, turned it around, highs back in the upper 30s, couple low 40s out there. We'll take it, but even warmer temperatures are on the way for tomorrow, with highs back up near 50 or so across the area for tomorrow, because we're kicking in a southwest wind now that will give temperatures a boost tomorrow. All right, lots of cloud cover out there, pretty much for everybody now. High clouds for sure. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow. or really for Saturday. But then our next system gets in here on Sunday. It is this system across the west. It's a big one, and that's going to bring us some pretty good rain showers on Sunday into Monday, and maybe even into Tuesday morning around here. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Jeff, thank you so much. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, President Trump threatened to expand his trade tariffs to European wine, champagne, and spirits.
Every step matters. Every fit makes a difference. WVII, Maine's trusted shoe store. Premium brands, casual classics, modern style. Professional fittings, always. Shop in store or online.
All across our state, American-made clean energy has created over 2,400 good-paying jobs while lowering energy costs for Mainers. Farmers across the state are earning millions in income through long-term land leases from clean energy projects. Homegrown power from wind and solar are driving American energy dominance and powering our future. Maine wins with clean energy. Call Senator Collins and thank her for supporting an all-of-the-above energy strategy that creates jobs in our state.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. We offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
Find your perfect fit during our anniversary sale. Take 20% off your total purchase March 14th through March 16th. WVII, quality in every step. Styles for every day.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The stock market took a steep dive today as President Trump's trade war takes more twists and turns. President Trump now threatening a 200% tariff on wine and champagne coming from the European Union. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington.
President Trump now threatening a 200% tariff on wine and champagne coming into the U.S. from the European Union. It's the latest move in this back and forth, ever evolving global trade war.
We sell no cars to Europe, I mean virtually no cars, and they sell millions of cars to us. They don't take our agriculture, we take their agriculture. It's like a one-way street with them.
Trump threatening the tariff in response to the EU threatening a 50% tariff on American-made whiskey. And that came after the U.S. imposed that 25% global tariff on steel and aluminum.
No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars, we're not going to bend.
A day after saying he would respond to the EU with reciprocal tariffs.
So whatever they charge us, we're charging them.
Trump instead threatening a wine tariff that's 400% more than what the EU is proposing. Stocks once again tumbling, affecting Americans' 401ks. Treasury Secretary and billionaire Scott Bessent on CNBC.
I'm not concerned about a little bit of volatility over 3 weeks, because if you look over the long term, the reason stocks are a safe and great investment is because you're looking over the long term.
Trump also in a heated trade war with Canada. Secretary of State Marco Rubio meeting with Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister at a G7 summit today.
And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have.
Canada's retaliatory tariffs took effect overnight, affecting U.S. exports of steel and aluminum.
But they need us. We really don't need them. And we have to do this. I'm sorry. We have to do this, yes.
New polling today from Quinnipiac University looks at Trump's handling of the economy and trade. The polling was done last week, and 54% of Americans disapprove of his handling of the economy, and 58% disapprove of his handling of trade with Canada. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Grace Blanchard was in Bangor to raise awareness about the difficulty of navigating mental health challenges. And in sports, the Maine men's basketball team is looking to make the NCAA tournament for the first time. But what will it take to do it? Well, that story after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
People ask me all the time, does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa, who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
College students and recent grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
What's happening at the Penobscot Ice Arena?
Youth hockey leagues.
Public skating.
Stick and puck. Birthday party.
Adult hockey leagues.
Frozen Friday laser light skate.
Lace up your skates today at Penobscot Ice Arena in Brewer. For more info, visit penobscoticearena.org.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. On Saturday, the Maine men's basketball team has a chance to put on their dancing shoes as they take on Bryant in the America East Championship. Our Jack Webb has more.
The reason why I came back, really, I wanted to help bring a championship to Maine, and we have an opportunity to do that on Saturday. So
Maine's road back to the America East Championship game has been a long, dark 21-year journey, but they found a path to the light and have exorcised some demons along the way.
Everyone talks about the powerhouses, Bryant, Vermont, UMass Lowell. We're kind of the overlooked team.
we owe these people a lot. Vermont, we lost to them twice. UMass, we beat them twice, but in the previous years, we lost to them a lot. Bryant, we lost to twice. So we know we owe these teams a lot, so that's what it's vengeance.
They've got one more beast to slay on Saturday down at top-seeded Bryant, and the past two wins over Lowell and Vermont have given them a boost of confidence.
In those last two wins, we went against first team, second team all players, so I feel like if we continue that, the same focus that we've been having throughout the whole playoffs, then we'll be valid. We'll be in the same good position that we were in.
Bryant's a team that averages 82.5 points per game, but it's defense that's gotten Maine to this point.
We've been talking all week long, like if you want to win in the playoffs, you got to defend and you got to rebound the basketball. And we did that on Tuesday night. We got to keep it going. We got another really stiff, tough challenge on Saturday against a really good Bryant team.
Everything starts with our defense. The games that we win, I think we just held the Vermont to like 42 points at Vermont. Tough place to play. So if you literally look at the games that we win, we've guarded well.
On Saturday, Maine has the chance to punch their ticket to the first ever NCAA tournament in program history and make everyone's dreams come true.
And it's something I dreamed of since I was like 9, 10 years old, since I first picked up a ball. So it's right there. I know we got to do the win. We got to lock in. For this last game, and March Madness is right there for us.
To have an opportunity to do that Saturday means the world to me. It means the world to this program, and I just think that this fan base, the state, our alumni, our donors, they deserve it. And whether it happens now, which I hope it does, or down the road, everybody deserves men's basketball to be in the big dance. So looking forward to putting our best foot forward.
They'll take on Bryant at 11 a.m. on ESPN2 with a chance to become immortal. From Orono, Jack Webb, ABC7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you for that, Jack. That game on Saturday. Let's hope Maine can cut down the nets and bring them back up to Orono. Let's stay with you, Maine, now. Big day for the Black Bears Saturday. Maine men's hoops, like we said, the chance to punch their ticket to the big dance. And Maine hockey can head to the TD Garden for the second consecutive season with a win later that night. The fourth-ranked Black Bears are the second seed in the Hockey East playoffs. With a win on Wednesday night, number 7 UMass Lowell earned a trip to the Alfond on Saturday to take on Maine in the Hockey East quarterfinals. The Black Bears coming off a weird weekend with a 5-1 loss and then a tie to UMass Amherst, and they're focused on playing their brand of hockey the right way heading into playoffs.
It's just going to come down to us playing the game the right way and taking care of the puck, finishing your hits, moving your feet. Like that's what this game is at this time of year, and so talk about it, and it's sometimes tougher to do it, but that's what we're trying to figure out.
All right, that game later Saturday night. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast.
All right, Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Refine, your local expert in window, indoor installation, carpentry repairs, and commercial facilities management. Let's talk weather, and here we are with the low temperatures this morning. 20 here in Bangor, 10 Millinock, at 11 for Greenville. It was cold this morning, and then we got above freezing again, so we are now in this freeze-thaw cycle thing. And what that's going to do for us, yeah, lots of potholes across the region for sure. That's going to continue next week as well, as we have warmer temperatures on the way, but still likely some high temperatures near 50 with low temperatures at night below freezing. All right, going forward though, so we do have a 50-degree high temperature back in the forecast for us for tomorrow. We'll take it, right? Less windy too, and then a pretty good chance now for a soaking rainfall later Sunday into Monday that could actually linger into parts of Tuesday morning as well. But today, the wind has shifted now out of the south-southwest. It is actually going to calm down tonight, and not much of a wind across the area at all for tomorrow. The gusts out there now near 10 to 15. Look at tomorrow, gusts near 5 to 10, and that will linger through Saturday into Sunday as well, so a less windy weekend is on the way. What that's going to do, though, is give us some areas of dense fog for sure. As the air goes calm and temperatures meet the dew points, we'll get those dense fog areas across our region, and that will linger pretty much into next week, too. All right, so lots of cloud cover for many areas today, except further north. This is actually going to fall apart, though, for several hours tonight. We'll call it partly cloudy skies tonight. And then our attention turns toward the west. We're in a pretty active pattern right now, but we're likely going to stay dry tomorrow, dry for Saturday, followed by this system, and this system is a system. It's going to be very, very strong, likely driving a rain shower activity into our region later Sunday into Monday, although there might be a shower late Saturday as well. It will not be an all-day rain, but later Sunday, Monday looks wet around here with lots of rainfall on the way. So tonight, no issues at all. Tomorrow, no issues at all. Here's Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning, lots of cloud cover across the area then. And then here comes the rain shower activity. Not so much Saturday, but more so Sunday morning, a couple of showers around. And the heavier rain showers are here Sunday night into Monday morning. It could actually end as a couple light snow showers on Tuesday morning. And then a very nice day for us Tuesday into Wednesday. Don't forget, the total lunar eclipse is tonight, where the Earth comes between the moon and the sun. We could see scenes like this by tomorrow morning. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 25, with a calm wind after midnight for tomorrow. All right, so lots of sunshine tomorrow, really nice. High temperatures up near 52, with that south breeze around 5. A very nice day tomorrow. Then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow a very nice day, right? Saturday, okay, a lot more clouds around the area, 53. Sunday, 57, a chance for rain later in the day. And then there's St. Patrick's Day, of course. Rain now likely with a high temperature of 51.
Jeff, thank you so much, and we will be right back.
My truck was totaled. A distracted driver hit me head on.
If you've been in an accident, don't let insurance companies decide what's fair. Get maximum compensation for your injuries. Call Joe for a free case evaluation.
I knew calling Joe was the right decision.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
the Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
During Chevy Truck Month, well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get an additional $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
You've probably seen us out on the roads, but there are other parts of our service territory that are much harder to reach, and we get there, whatever it takes. Keeping the power on and making improvements year-round. You can always count on the Versant Power Team out in the field and behind the scenes, providing the service required to keep life's routines running smoothly. And when our work's done, we're headed home to join our neighbors. Versant Power, powering your community.
If you've been injured, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Phone lines are open right now to take your call.
I called Joe, and I got way more.
They fight hard for injured Mainers.
Call Joe at 207-CALL-JOE.
A familiar face to many people will be joining the Colby College faculty. Dr. Nirav Shah is the former director of the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention, where he became the face of the pandemic response in Maine. He left that job for a leadership position at the U.S. CDC before recently stepping down. He will now join Colby College in the fall as a visiting professor in the Department of Statistics. Shah will teach courses on public health and will help Colby develop its public health program. Well, navigating the challenges of mental health can be especially difficult for teens. Medical experts from Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center are hoping to put a spotlight on this issue as they held their second annual Youth Mental Health Summit today. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
Dozens of students in the greater Bangor area gathered at Husson University to engage in conversations surrounding mental health.
Youth mental health specifically has been a big concern, so we're really just trying to make sure that people are okay talking about it and that they're not afraid to talk about it.
Last year, students from Northern Light EMMC's summer volunteer program crafted the Youth Mental Health Summit to address the mental health crisis among teenagers in Maine.
There are a lot of struggles that students are going through with social media. It has a big impact on their mental health and the struggles that come with being a teenager in general.
A 2023 Maine Integrated Youth Health Survey found that over 1/3 of Maine's high school students experience persistent feelings of sadness and hopelessness.
I felt like, completely alone and very ashamed of what I was feeling and that something was wrong with me.
Through various workshops, the summit aims to provide tools and resources that encourage students and educators to take proactive approaches.
Maybe they're not struggling themselves with mental health, but they have family members or friends who are, or classmates, and so they can then bring what they're learning to the rest of the school and the community.
Students say they felt empowered tackling difficult subjects alongside their peers.
It feels less of a burden, just knowing that you aren't alone in the process and that there are other people who will be there for you when you need help or who are struggling with the same thing.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such an important topic for everyone to embrace, but certainly certainly the younger members of our community, that is for sure. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7, have a great rest of your evening. And for more, you can join us over on Fox 22 at 6:30.
tonight, President Trump's trade war as the stock market...
Decide whether you're entitled to that money.
Yes, ma'am. But before you make your ruling, he did get a brand new tub, brand new toilet, all the wiring, all the wood, all the overlay for the tile. He's got all that. It's paid for. See, there's a lot more to it.
Just a second. Did you return any of these items?
No, ma'am. I just returned the $500 worth of tile. The rest was left on the job. The paint also.
So, now I want you to show me the receipts.
I don't have the receipts, ma'am.
Just a second. Where did you think you were coming? You were coming to the beach today?
Well, I was
You're
working.
the contractor. You knew what you were coming here for.
Yes, ma'am.
So
but
just show
I
me
do
the
have a job.
receipts. Just show me the receipts of what you say.
I don't have it, ma'am.
You don't have it. Good.
No,
Judgment
ma'am.
for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,400.
Yes, ma'am.
We're done. Out. Hustler.
Parties are excused when they step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
He's not a man of his word.
Every time she was told to do something, I know what I'm doing. Don't have to tell me what to do.
Well, that's a lie.
Of course he tried to chest bumping me. He wanna fight me.
No, I don't chest bump my customers.
Don't give money in advance because this is the type of a scam.
Never had a problem in 30 years I've been in business, but this one here.
They ask you for half of the money up front and they disappear.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Yes, tonight, I'm Beth Jones. We do continue to see changes in operations with Northern Light Health. Come this spring, Northern Light Health Inland Hospital will close. Our Doug Banks has the details.
Northern Light Health has announced Inland Hospital and its associated services and clinics will be closing. In its Thursday announcement, Senior Vice President and Regional President Marie Vigneault said higher operational costs, unsustainably low reimbursement rates, and a tighter labor market were the reasons for the Waterville Hospital's closure.
This change does not affect Lakewood Continuing Care in Waterville, which will remain open.
According to Vigneault, approximately 309 employees will be impacted by the hospital's closure.
This decision ensures that Northern Light Health is able to redirect resources